I became a mom at 14. Been raising my children for 17 years with God by my side. Last night, I had to surrender my child to God, and it was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my entire life. I didn't know exactly what surrender meant until that moment. He is going through some stuff. In God's timing, he will get baptized. And it wasn't last night, but God is showing me that he will. And I believe God. No matter what our children go through, even when we don't know what's happening, or when we do know what's happening, it stays with them. As we were praying, I left the room. Mika, faithful Emmett, was praying over my son, talking to him, praying, and I got told to prepare. So in my mind, I was preparing the jacuzzi that we got for free, which was for yesterday. It was for yesterday, which that'll be for another video. And so I prepared, and I was like, okay, yay, he's gonna get baptized. This was like 8 p.m. ish. I don't really remember. And I was like, okay. And then so me and my daughter, we prayed over the jacuzzi, and I walked away from it, and I got shown myself by God. God showed me to bow down to God, but in front of my son, to surrender. So I did. I walked in. Mika was still talking to Brayden, and Brayden was going back and forth. And I told him, okay, that's enough. Put oil, anointing oil on my face, as I always do, my eyes, my ears, my hair. I walk up to Brayden. I was like, give me your hands. I grabbed his hands, and I said, I love you, and I'm sorry for everything. And I'm really sorry for everything. And I kneeled in front of him. And I thought I was just doing like what it looked like to surrender to God. I kneeled in front of him. I kneeled in front of him. I bowed down. I get on my hands and my knees and I said, I surrender to you, God. And words started flowing out. I started speaking in tongues. I said, I surrender my son. And that moment, I felt my motherly place. Leave. God took the authority to take care of my son. And it was the hardest thing I had to do for him. But God's going to take care of him better than I can. God's going to make him be the person he was meant to be. Heal him from the inside out. In due time, I will baptize him myself. But for now, God will make chastisement as needed. And that's my testimony for now.